the DVA Nomad Heritage Boot in OXBLOOD. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks, and in today's video, I have a very exciting announcement to make. DVA is upping their game once again. Before you are the DVA Nomad Heritage Moctoe boot in OXBLOOD. Now, I know what you're saying. Those don't look OXBLOOD, Dale. Those look more like a vintage aged brown leather, and you would be correct. I assume that this is what Lafarque Tannery called OXBLOOD, and in certain lights it does kind of look OXBLOOD, but actually looking at these under natural light, it looks much more like a standard tobacco type leather. It is a waxy pull-up, and it is just amazing. Look at the pull-up on that, just incredible. So this is wax pull-up, not oil pull-up, what you're seeing here. Wax pull-up is completely different from oil pull-up. So let's talk about these. Our Nomad Heritage Boots offer a more robust appeal thanks to its thicker leather and slightly wider last. Its single-piece round toe box is designed for serious, work-oriented tasks, providing ample interior space and wiggle room for long hours on the job. So it's OXBLOOD pull-up, bovine, 2.4 millimeters through 2.6 millimeters in thickness, 100% natural leather lining, 100% vegetable lasting board, traditional 360-degree Goodyear welt construction, 100% natural leather welt, 100% veg tan midsoles, brass finished eyelets, PU injection molded outsoles, slip and oil resistant, and Moctoe designed toe box. And what's exciting is they also offer this model in Hunter Olive, in Black Aniline, in Ember that I do have and reviewed before, as well as Onyx. And Gustavo says, April 11th, 2025, he said that they will be restocking the black rough out this weekend, and they just finished a design for the Heritage, making an 8-inch with speed hooks on it and other specs such as adding a shank to it. And so DVA is also currently offering the option to add Vibram 1276 Sierra outsoles. So if you didn't want the standard wedge outsole, then you could upgrade for $40 and get Vibram Sierra Commando outsoles. All you have to do is do the 1276 Sierra outsole add-on when you go to buy the boot, and they will then be customized to your specifications. And also available for pre-order right now is the Nomad Heritage in Cypress Olive rough out. Those are absolutely stunning. And Redwood rough out. Those two are absolutely incredible. I love the look of both of those. So let's talk about these bad boys. So this is my first pair of DVAs that I've ever had with a heel stack on it. Normally, DVAs are very fairly priced. They are made in Mexico, and they're typically rolling in at the $180 range, which is just insane for a Goodyear welted boot. And I've always said that the reason why they're more affordable is because most of their outsoles include a single piece Commando outsole. Now you might be a little confused. Dale, these are both the same boot. Well, they're sort of the same boot. I'll get into the differences here in a second. But this boot here is built on the Vibram 100 lug Commando outsole, whereas this boot here is built on the 132 lug Vibram Commando outsole. And so what's the difference? Well, the difference is this Vibram 132 outsole, DVA does plan to run this in the future. When that's going to happen, we don't exactly know yet. There's a lot of moving parts to running a business, but they did plan on making this their standard build moving forward. But these 100s were so popular that they actually kept these in production. And so the difference is this Vibram 100 is the lug outsole is a single piece. And so basically it makes construction easier, a lot less steps involved, because you just basically bond this Vibram outsole to the Veg Tan midsole and you're good to go. Whereas this is a little bit more complicated because, as you can see, this has a heel stack here. And so we're merging 2 layers of the Veg Tan midsole and then the Vibram 132 outsole. And then it's not done yet. Then they have to apply this heel stack. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers in the heel stack. And then this additional rubber heel cap here. So there's actually 9 layers to this outsole, whereas this only has 3. And that's typically why DVA is a more affordable boot, is because it just takes less time to construct. There's less labor involved. But that's not all of the differences. So the uppers are pretty much identical, aside from the laces, obviously, and the welt stitching on the 132 soled ones have white stitching, and on the 100 sold option it has black stitching. So just a minor difference there, nothing too crazy. Always exciting to see DVA expanding, growing, moving up and onward, upgrading their builds as they go, as they learn. And as I mentioned before, these are my DVA Nomad Heritage boots in Ember. Absolutely love the color of these. These are very reminiscent of the Red Wing in Oro harness, the Red Wing Moctoe in Oro harness. These are also on that cream wedge outsole. Much easier on the factory to slap this thing on as opposed to doing a heel stack, as you see here. Now I'm very excited about this heel stack. This is what gets me going. This is what gets me real excited. And what I really love about this boot in particular, in fact, it kind of reminds me of a halfway point between the Smooth Tobacco Chamois on the Alden Vintage Indies, but it's also got like sort of a natural chrome excel property about it. These are my Grant Stones in Dune Natural Chrome Excel. Yeah, it's like almost a hybrid of the 2 leathers. So like I said, this Lafarque leather, it's very waxy, very and beefy and hardy. It's quadruple stitched everywhere, which Alden's not doing. Grant Stone didn't do. I'm not saying that the extra stitches are absolutely necessary, but it's just cool to see that DVA is sort of overbuilding these boots. What I really love is the contrasting brass eyelets there. It just gives it, I don't know, it's a combination of rugged, rustic, elegant, and classy. They look damn good with denim. Definitely they have like a Red Wing-esque appearance to them, with of course their own style flair. Nothing beats a classic Moctoe. While we're talking about the Moctoe, this Moctoe appears to be hand stitched. So the vamp appears to be all one piece. Yes, it's all one piece, and this protrusion here comes from the Moctoe being hand stitched. It's a really cool design. Nice raised walls in the vamp. Definitely their newer last fits my foot type better because it's more roomy in the front, which I always need because I have a wider foot. For sizing, I'm a US 9 Brannock. I'm an 8.5 in most US boot brands, and an 8.5 in DVA is definitely what you should take. Take your Thursday size, take your Red Wing size with DVA. And what else is really cool is in the heel stack, there's different colors going on. There's like a reddish color, and then like a darker brown color, and then the midsole is obviously a natural veg tan, so natural color. And you know what kilties would go good in these are my Boomer Brown. These are my SB Foot Boomer Brown kilties, and I'm actually on the last of the Boomer Brown, but I'll probably end up throwing my Boomer Brown kilties in there. I think that'll look awesome. So the tongue is halfway gusseted up, which I like to see. That will definitely, you know, I'm walking out there every night now. I do night walks, I do day walks. It's raining right now, so when I walk in these, I definitely need a gusset because I've learned the hard way that non-gusseted tongues allow water to get in, especially when you walk through a puddle or you walk through, you know, water coming down the road. A gusset will definitely make your life a million times better. And then, yeah, there's a veg tan insole in there, and then they also include this DVA insert for the insole that is shaped perfectly. So there is some foam on the reverse side, and then the top side, can't tell what the material is, but this is real cushy, a real high density foam. I sometimes like to throw in my own insoles because they are 100% veg tan, and veg tan breathes easier, but the foam inserts are still very comfortable, you know, especially it's just after a while you might want to replace them because over time the foam doesn't breathe as well as you might like. And then, yeah, the tongue is built out of the same leather. It's double layered, and on the inside it says DVA 8.5 0011 2024. And then there is a suede heel cup on the inside that will prevent heel slip. Let's get a gauge on this leather. 8 ounces with the lining and the upper, and then there's a nice pull tab back here as well. So really, really nice, well firm structured toe here. Really an idyllic work boot slash heritage slash style boot. Once again, I think these just look so perfect with some selvage denim. They just look so badass. So anyways, as always, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about these new DVAs? I think these are by far the most upgraded DVA I've ever handled slash owned in my entire life. Their products just keep getting better. I see stitching on all the high stress points. Back heel stay is very elegant as well, and the quadruple stitching down just shows that they did not spare any labor in the construction of these boots. They really were going out of their way to make the most durable boot that they possibly could. Made in Mexico, hecho en Mexico. A mí me gusta mucho. Oh, and then a finished roll top collar at the top. I really, really love the look of these and where this company is going. So anyways, and stay tuned because I do plan to interview my buddy Gustavo of DVA Boots on my channel for a real boot talk here soon, once we can get that scheduled. I have a lot of projects going on, but I'm going to try to work that one in because I've been wanting to have him on for a boot talk for a long time. So anyways, with that, I'll shut it down. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think about the direction DVA is going in? I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what they end up doing next. It sounds like they're constantly formulating new plans for the future. I can't wait to see their 8-inch mock. That's going to be gnarly. So it'll come to about here. It'll come to about this height. So that'll be really cool. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, wherever you're located on this beautiful flat earth of ours. I hope you have a wonderful day. And anyways, I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. End of transmission.